What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Shiny Zapdos Sun Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. As you can see by the counter, we made it to 475 during the last stream, which went pretty well honestly, and I hope today does as well. Without further ado, let's get started. For those who don't remember, the way to check Zapdos is by the legs being a slightly darker orange. And honestly, I do hope we get pretty quick today because we are getting a bit close to the Mewtwo and Articuno numbers now. We're like past the midway point. At the same time, I'm going to be eating my dinner, which is spaghetti and meatballs. I hope we don't get like too much sauce on me. How's it going, Gaster? Cacnea can be found in the desert. I know that's ironic, but you get what I'm saying. It's like a fairly like commonish, uncommon encounter there. You shouldn't be far from it by where you are in the game, if I had to guess. The desert's like in the southern part of the map. Now, what do you mean by I don't see it on the map? Ariza Desert. Oh, that's on. No, he doesn't spawn there. Guess I was slightly wrong in that, but I feel like I've seen Cacnea in a desert before, so maybe it's in the desert I'm at. Yeah, I'll get you one then if that's the case. Let me see. Like I know I encountered it. I've seen it. I cannot find it. It's probably in the desert, like on my point in the map. Yeah, Mega Catturn, I've seen it. One of the Elite Four members has it, actually. By the way, you think we're gonna get the Zapdos today? Yeah, I know how that feels by needing a grass type. I'm probably gonna be swapping on my team a bit. Like, I might add a shiny Flygon I got already. And maybe even Delta Froakie, which will be a Greninja, which I checked turns into a grass fire type. Of course, I gotta be the Elite Four again first, so that way I can get Victini, who's also probably gonna join my team. Yeah, well, I mean, you found a good tactic with Hitmonchan. Like, using its Iron Fist ability with, like, all those elemental punches does work out well. I'm not a fan of the sauce on this. I just got a deal. That actually is a pretty smart idea, having multiple like held item options for them on. One thing you could do also, guys, so that can basically take care of all of it, is using expert belts. The item would boost the power of any super effective move, which is most likely when you're gonna be using one of those punches. For me, it was a Icicle Crash and then Ice Beam, which took it out for me. Because I had 2 ice types on my team. I mean, once you get dive, you can easily make it back there, so... But yeah, I'll try and see if I can find a Cacnea to get you. Drudigan, that's a decent one. Rough skin, you get a Rocky Helmet on that thing, that's a good wall. Actually, yeah, get a Rocky Helmet on that thing. It's gonna help you out a ton with the Chinchita later on in the game. And make sure it has the ability Rough Skin. Which it should, because I think that's like the only ability it gets. But still. Wait, where do you find that? I haven't even found an ability capsule, and I could use that. Where do you manage to get that item? Otherwise, like a thing would possibly be like the lotto, because that would be a slightly different like coincidence from my item. Oh, so it's probably a random trainer I missed. Yeah, that was one thing I was kind of doing, but I was checking more for, like, the spawns in an area. Wasn't looking as much at the items. Although, one thing I did get recently as a good item is, Zekrom armor. I was able to find that little item. So that means I'll have an extremely bulky mon on my team later on. It's a normal Zekrom, but it's just in armor and raises its defense stats by a lot. You have to face off against one later, actually. Like I said, they're still normal mons. Like, all the stats are still the same other than the defense is because of the item. Doesn't change the types. It doesn't change the movesets. All it does is give it a bit more bulk. Usually it makes a wall even more tanky, or it makes a glass cannon a bit more viable. Then why not? Well, actually, I don't know where you get Delta Frostlass. Or Snowrunt, for that matter. I might be coming up on something because there is a volcano coming up, and the area I'm in is more known for Deltas. So, who knows? But I'd have to get a Delta Ditto to get you an egg. Big Fire Mountain. Yeah, I've heard that Delta Glalie just looks like melted cheese. Itch by my ear. I didn't know that they gave that Delta a Mega, actually, funny enough. I know Frostlass got one, like, normal Frostlass got a Mega. Wait, what's your guess, by the way, for when you think we're gonna get Zapdos, if we do? Come on, place your bets. $669. That'd be a little funny if I ended up on that. And I think if that happened, I'll probably name it Nice. Oh yeah, the 3D modeling. Yeah, it was pretty decent at that, like, for some time. Like, I haven't touched Blender, which was the software I used to 3D model, in a minute. But I still do have one of them printed on my desk, like right here. I modeled this thing myself, like, during a school class back in high school. I almost chipped the claw. Coming up when we encounter 500. So what got you into 3D modeling, by the way? Oh, nice. Gonna become a professional, like, game model or something, I guess? Gonna be like the video game sprites? You just gotta keep practicing and eventually you'll get there. Yeah, I'd also say you got a lot of practice under your belt, like with making models. Like, to put it this way, if you can make a model that would be difficult to spot a difference between a, like, actual Pokemon one and your own that you made from scratch, that would be a good sign that you're ready. Yeah, like the magnet would probably be my main point that I would point out because it was a bit pointy. But yeah, I will not knock you on it because I know that 3D modeling can be difficult. Like I said, I've also attempted working in that field. I believe it's starting to deal with, like, you have to, like, take a line and basically draw out the thing, and then you can convert it into the shape, and then, like, widen it out, and then make it into a more square-based formula. If I remember correctly. Time for encounter number 500. The thing we should have gotten to last time on stream, but we didn't. Because we cut it a little short because people were starting to get quiet. I did still enjoy it though. Like, we went for a while last time and it was fun. Had a lot of new faces show up and it was just very nice to talk to the people that were here. I mean, another one you could do if you're trying to go for arcs is you could do Groudon. I know that's a bit of a bigger model to handle, but still. Its whole body is a curve. So like, that'll be your main focus point there. That's a good one for that. Or maybe you really want to get practice for spears, do Voltorb. It's not a complete spear, so it's not like think like that, because you have to still make the indents and such for the eyes. So it could also be a way to focus on editing pre-made shapes. Or even electrode, because then you have to do the eyebrow shape, which will be a very thin line in like a zigzag format. So you have to figure out that pattern as well. I mean, just look at the Pokédex entry and compare it to your own height. That's how I do it. That's kind of how I know my Victini plush is actually pretty close to like the life size. Like, this is fairly close to the accurate size of a Victini. Being about a foot tall. I messed up the sunglasses. No, if you really want to be stuck on a model for a while that is life size, how do you do a Turnamax Eternatus? Chug. Yeah, if you want me to, like, point out any flaws, I could if you want me to. Like, I know that model pretty well, so I could probably get the correct things that you could have missed on Magnemite. Yeah, I wonder where everyone else is, by the way. Like, it's very quiet other than Gaster being here. Piper, get away from the food. I could just give you a few pointers, is all I'm saying. Also, part of me does want to see it. Actually, you know what would be a good one for you to do that would probably be fairly simple, but would get a good concept out for you? Rotom. You can work with, like, transparent materials as well in that case. Yeah, the main reason Rotom was in my head is because I'm training one up in my Dream Radar only run that I'm doing on my own time. Like, I actually have the 3DS next to me to kind of show it. Yeah, Rotom is the main... if my charger can reach. I'll just unplug it. Yeah, I'm literally running over Rotom right now to train, so I'm right now working on that part. Which is why it's in my head. Yeah, some of the other mons on my team that I'm using are things like Landorus, for example, because, well, you know, Landorus is in the meta. I also got Spiritomb because in that game it has no weaknesses. Slowbro because there's only 3 Pokemon that can surf, and one of them I cannot get right now. Or it's only 4, but I already have a flying type. I'm also using Lucario for fighting and Steel. And the last one is Gardevoir for Psychic. I wonder where everyone is today. There's like no one in the server either. Yeah, I'm still debating on what form to make my Rotom, though, when I am able to change the form. Because I'm not keeping me in the base form because I already got a Ghost type. And I feel like I can get some good viability with another type on the team. For record as well, it is White too, so a lot of Ice types. Why did you say it like that? Actually, I think an egg was about to hatch in Pokemon Go for me. I could check that. Yes, I can do 2 things at once. What a YouTube video on the side now I was watching. But yeah, my egg is hatching. Esper. 2-star. Yeah, one thing I'm also a little bit like upset about, I will say, about the channel is the fact that like it's starting to fall back into how it was beforehand with people only being in the Discord and not in the streams. It is starting to get my nerves that people are starting to fall back into that. The thing is, I don't want to push you guys again on that. Like last time, it led to a fight with Yuki. You see what I mean there, but like at the same time, like we have some good people in the community, but I don't want to boot them, which is the reason why. And some of them have like some decent reasons why they can't show up sometimes, while others I don't understand at all. I'm gonna check real quick the Roblox games. Are they getting their events soon? And not that much has been announced. Wait. No, wait, I'm still checking it. Okay, so maybe October 5th, I think is when it's coming out. Back to Rotom. You're actually making a Rotom. I kind of want to see how that turns out. Like, remember, you might have to work with some more transparent materials to be able to get the blue outline around the orange body, which could be a little tricky to find out. Also, yeah, like, I will point out there are a few things that are upsetting me, like the whole Discord thing. I'm also noticing the sub count starting to drop a little bit. I don't want to slip. I know I did just have a bit of a gap because my schedule is like set up a little weird right now. But once Zapdos comes in, I'm probably gonna start rearranging for it to fit like a little bit better. Like I'm gonna be moving a Pokemon stream to the weekend so that way you guys can pick the targets on a more convenient day. The legendary hunt being like what Zapdos is now might get moved like to either middle of the week or to also weekend. Our challenge game idea thing, which is like right now another Craft's Treasure, and next will be Cuphead, will probably be on what, like probably Monday maybe? And I'll have to workshop the rest from there. I might keep Unite on Wednesdays because that kind of works out well for us. Yeah, and then the Soul Link thing was on Fridays, every other Friday. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things to talk about, but like I can't really think of any ideas. Like the main thing I was working on was like Pokemon Insurgents. I was hunting down a bunch of Deltas, and I even accidentally ran into Rakian. Like I found that legendary by accident. Like someone like when I was in town said, "Oh, there's a rare Pokemon nearby." My mind thought, "Oh, that's gonna probably be a Delta of some kind for a species." And then there's just Rakian in the middle of a cave. Which you need strength and rock climb to reach. Well, I have rock climb now. I also have waterfall. And I'm gonna be honest, Gatsby, you might like some of the deltas that I found so far. Like some of them are actually pretty cool. Like I said, like the whole Greninja idea might be one you might like, being like a, it's like a wooden like bark design with a flaming tongue as Greninja. What were some others I found? The Reggies all just look destroyed in their Delta forms. Literally. Yeah, I'll probably say the three of them, Registeel is the one I like the most out of those deltas. But yeah, like, one thing I said this earlier, I'm not looking forward to is having to face off against the Elite Four again. And a different champion, because that's how you get Victini. I had to beat the Elite Four twice. That means I have to go back to grinding more IV stones, because I over-leveled one of my mons by accident. And I'm gonna temporarily swap out my Leavanny for a Flygon. Yeah, Rotom's body is kind of like in the shape of a light bulb with a point on the top of it, if I remember correctly. Yeah, light bulb shape with a little point on the top, and that's how you get Rotom. Yeah, I do kind of hope we get Zapdos today. Like, it would be nice to finally finish off the sets. And then we can move on to our next target, which I'm pretty sure is still going to be the Lake Guardians. Which I will have to hunt down. Check. Community. Yep, still the Lake Guardians. I'm going to have to hunt those guys down. Which is not going to be easy. Here's something that might help you out with that, Gasser. Make a, why am I playing this shape? Like a can, like, cylinder, that was the shape. Yeah, make a cylinder and then pull the middle of it up. That'll probably get you a cone. I don't know what to talk about right now. Like, there's not that many people talking in the chat other than Gasser, who's working on making a cone right now. Pretty sure I don't have subliminal mode on, do I? Don't say to anyone. So anyone should be able to talk. Oh yeah, this is like one of the last days of, like, September. Next up is, like, Spooky Month, aka October. We're gonna have to pick out some ghost types to hunt. And Road Time actually would be a decent one. Now that I think about it. I can hunt that thing in, like, Legends or something. Like, maybe go for, like, an Alpha Rotom. What do you mean by you get to gamble? On the other end, free candy! Oh boy. Wait, when is Lantern Red actually, now that I think about it? Nice. I'm about to say, there had to have been a preset to make that. 2 patches. And you did call it was going to be Hootao. She usually comes back around then. Alongside Zhao, I believe. Those two always usually come back around Lantern Right. As for me, I gotta save up my Primo Gems. I think I missed an encounter. Okay. Yeah, I'm just hoping that I can win my 50-50 when that comes around. And the thing is, I can't really explore around Natlan as much because I've already completed like 80% of all the regions. So like to even find a chest is a pain now in the game. Because they're like all like hidden in like the parts that are not easy to get to. Or easy to spot. And here I got all the Pyroculi I can collect, so... And you know who I'm setting up for, so... Also, I feel like the character I'm gonna go for will synergize well with Kanichi. Like, their two elements should come in handy when they pair up. Oh, nice! I got Raiden Shogun. Okay, that's actually a little funny. Yeah, also, what was the highest amount of damage you were able to do in a single hit, by the way, Gaster? Because for me, I surpassed 100k. Oh boy. Let me guess, Mulan hit the number somehow? Because I know you unlock that character and she's literally like one of the easiest nukes to build. Oh, okay, Navia did it, and at almost 300,000, oh my... Yeah, for me, I got Kanichi up to level 90 now, and I'm working on upgrading his skill when I can. But not even a max level skill, and I'm already doing 100,000 if I have my cards played right. Although one thing I should do is work on building up Bennett's Burst, because that would also influence the damage output. I can't even say anything because mine's at like 40. Well, crit damage is like very high up, and his skill damage actually, if you read it, goes up to like 800 percent. Like the skill damage itself says that, not like his artifacts. Wait, CVs? What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean like the artifact things? It just takes a lot of grinding. I've managed to get a few good ones already. Like, funny enough, I got one on Kanichi and a few on Wanderer. Oh yeah, crit value. That's what I was thinking for a moment. But yeah, that's how you do it. You gotta like just constantly keep doing the same one over and over again. And focus on trying to get crit rate and crit damage in your substats, while the main stats something that you need to boost your main damage. Like Raiden Shogun, for example, you're gonna want to focus on energy recharge, because her attacks scale off of that. Characters like Nuvula and Mulan, you're going to want to focus on HP because the attacks scale off of that on them, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure about Mulan. I haven't actually checked her stats yet. I know Nuvula does, so... By the way, I finally figured out how to do the like spin tactic with him. Like to make him like just go crazy with the blast, which hits everything on the field. But I need to clear up a huge section of my desk to do it to like move my mouse constantly. How's the Rotom coming on now that you figured out how to do the cone? But your next step is trying to get the outline done? Or are you going for like the limbs next? The circles? Are you talking about his eyes? Yeah, probably the eyes. Or the like the body pieces, you mean? Yeah, just take note, Rotom's lower body is not a perfect circle. It is more like a bulb shape. Like if you get a light bulb and look at it, that's the body shape you gotta aim for. It's not just two circles. Actually, yeah. Like, what would your thoughts be on that, by the way? A alpha Rotom hunt. Like, for around October. I can make that like a whole nother stream idea. Like, I could do like max outbreaks. No, it's mass outbreak, I think is what it's called. And try and get Rotom that way. Yeah, and I actually don't have any shiny alphas that I actually tried to hunt yet. The only two I got were accidental. And one of them was funny enough on camera, but still. I attempted a Garchomp once, but it didn't go well. And if I happen to somehow get Rotom, I can go in for Spiritomb, since I believe that can also be found in those outbreaks. Like, go for the ghosts, or something like that I can call it. Actually, yeah, I think there's at least one ghost in every, like, map that I can go for. Yeah, Rotom's in the mountain. Spiritomb is in the swamp area. I think Dusknoir can be found in the, like, water area. I'm not sure about the Fieldlands. I think Zorua can be found there, actually. Like, via the outbreaks. And, for the Icelands, I guess Zorua kind of as well, but... You got any ideas for, like, possible alpha targets there? Like, if I could think of something for every single map, it would be a lot easier to target. Like stuff. Yeah, and I would like to try and get a shiny alpha of Zorua. Like, it's my favorite Hisuian form, actually. Next up would have been Arcanine, but that one is not a ghost. At least not the ones that you can catch. See, maybe I'll add that in on, like, maybe Thursdays? Like, I'll think about it. I'll try and come up with a few other ghost targets to put on, like, the thumbnail and such. Because I need more than just 3. And they have to be, like, eye-catching targets. Like, Spiritomb and Rotom are 2 that will easily catch someone's eye. But I need, like, other big ones. I have a feeling that in the process of me trying to get the shiny Rotom, I'm gonna get every other form before I get the alpha. I'm trying to think of like 2 or 3 targets because I could easily get one almost instantly since it's Legends Arceus. Of course, that could be said about any shiny hunt since I literally got a shiny legendary in 15 encounters. Yeah, I need more ideas for ghost types. Trying to think, like, what other ghost types are in Legends, actually? Gas, you got any, like, other ideas? I mean, Ghastly's kind of, but... Like, yeah, Ghastly, you're the only one here right now, unless you can get others to show up somehow. I mean, more minds would kind of come in handy with trying to brainstorm, like, ghost-type targets. Basti Legion actually is a good one. That is a good point. Yeah. Yeah, Basti Legion also is one that's unique to that game, kind of, so... What else was there? Let me quickly do a search, like, on my Pokédex. It's a ghost type, but it's not in this. Let's see now. Types, ghosts. Okay, Ghastly's one option. Hisuian Typhlosion, how do we miss that one? Save Boy's not in this. The other Shuppet, I think. Yeah, Shuppet's not in it. I already got Alpha Driftblim. What else is there? There's Frostlass, Rotom, we already said. Giratina, Shiny Locked, and 1 per game. Mask is not in this. We already said Zorua. Frillish is not in here. Litwick's not in here. Golbat's not. Honedge is not, sadly. Phantom isn't. Neither is Punkaboo. Koopa's not. Normal Decidueye is. So, I mean, we could go for a Rowlet. Mimikyu isn't. Delmise isn't. Misty isn't. Creepy isn't. Basket Legion, you point out that one. And after that, it's just other generations. So what are you gonna do now? You gonna like hunt for a mon of some kind? I mean, if you can somehow get others from the Discord to show up, that would be kind of nice, and then we can have more people to talk to. You know, so we can get a few like debates in here. How's it going dark? Yes, how have you been, man? Yeah, I saw that. That sounds like kind of funny. I will give you that. That's good to hear, Dark. Yeah, we were discussing some possible ghost type targets for like October and such. Like one idea I came up with, I cannot speak. One idea I came up with, which could be a good idea, is alpha hunting a ghost type in Legends. Like my first thought was Rotom because like that's a pretty well known one, and Spiritomb. Two pretty big targets, no pun intended. That could be good. Oh yeah, the Delphox guy. Also, I think he's the wrong version of Got. I'll give you a little boost on that. Hopefully that helps out if gas are getting noticed. Yeah, I don't remember too much about that fight. The main thing I just remember is there was a Delphox. And I think an Aegislash. Yeah, make sure to start prepping for Aegislash because that mon is like everywhere on the important battles. Like, I would say get a ground type. Or something with Earthquake. Yeah, but here's the thing, Gaster. One King Shield, and then your Hitmonchan gets crippled. Also, don't overlevel one Mon. It's gonna ruin you later. Oh, nice! Hey, congrats on the shiny Mewtwo. How many encounters did it take? I'm sorry I can't really pronounce your name, though, because I cannot read whatever language that is. Can't tell if it's Japanese or Chinese. $1,000 encounters, that's pretty decent, honestly. Like, that's kind of close to what it took me to get mine, but yeah, still pretty good on, like, encounters right there. And under odds as well, since the shiny rate is 1 in 1,300 if you have the shiny charm. If not, you got godlike luck. I think it's Korean? Maybe. Yeah, I can't really, like, read that. Just hoping that the name is not inappropriate. Oh, nice job, Dark. You got it right. Okay, Mochi. Oh. You don't have to delete your messages. You know we can still see that you retracted them, right? And you don't have to be embarrassed. Really hope I didn't just, like, insult anyway, because I did not mean to if I did. Gaster, make sure to watch out for King's Shield. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Like, they usually will either start with it or they'll start with a setup. It's like a 50-50 shot mattering on what type it's up against. Wait, so, Dark, what are you up to right now? I mean, you can't blame yourself on a Mega. fiery caverns. Oh, so you're at that point in the story. You're about to have to face off against Groudon. I believe you saw me face off against him, actually. Time for table boy. Get your giant land lizard off the table. Also, I will admit I had to use my Master Ball to catch a Zygarde. Because, the thing is, to encounter Zygarde, you have to deal with a double battle right before, and I did not want to have to battle it 3 times just to get it. And you still know about the King Shield, so why don't you set up on turn 1? That might help you out there. Like, bulk up or sword stance off if you can. You guys are getting lost like crazy. I'm assuming you have not entered the base yet. Oh, you're trying to get that part. I know where you are. If you're, let's see. If you already pushed one into a blockade area, you should be onto the second one where you have to push it into like a lava pool to raise a bridge up. I don't really know what to talk about. You guys got any things you need help with in your games? Or any updates? Or any shiny target ideas with ghost types? You made it past the library? You know, rock puzzle. Yeah, I don't know why the stream's starting to get a bit more, like, quiet again. We're probably gonna go to 600 today. So we'll see what happens. I might even start working on a thumbnail for a bunch of alpha ghost types for hunting in October. kind of funny to think about as well because probably everyone is going to be going for ghost types around that time. And I'm probably going to fail a bunch of like falls or something because I don't like remember Legends controls that well. I mean, Ghastly is one other option I could go for. It does have a pretty decent shiny in Legends. So, maybe. Yeah, like, I remember one of the parts of that puzzle took me a while to figure out. But basically you have to bring the rug back to where it started. So that way it's not against the wall anymore. So that way, then you can move it up to get to an area that you can knock it into lava. This stream is not doing well. So how's everyone doing in the chat right now? Let me get a little bit of a talking going so it's not just dead quiet. You know how that feels. $580 encounters in. Had a Dildo Shaman. No, I don't think they're gonna do that, Dark. There are only like a few like Delta Legendary / Mythicals, and I think it's only the Reggie trio. Oh yeah, and Hoopa. Good point. There may be a few others, but I'm not certain. One day, it's gonna get a bit darker in the legs. Come on, Zapdos, decide to get a tan. Yeah, maybe I'll put the Legends hunt on the weekend if we don't have Zapdos by today. Maybe I'll do that. Because I do kind of like the concept, and I won't have to grind a ton of Herba Mystica constantly. Actually, that's reminded me to grind Herba Mystica. Yeah, push the rock to the bridge and knock it into the lava, where like it would fall and raise the bridge level up. Because don't ask how, but the bridge is somehow floating on the lava. So you have to raise the lava level for you to get across. Yeah, it's very quiet on the stream for the most part. Wait, I think I have to say it twice. Yeah, I think it did. now you gotta do it all over again. Or at least that portion. Starting to get closer and closer to like Mewtwo and Articuno's numbers now. Yeah, Gaster went a bit quiet, it seems. I mean, one thing I could do, because I did get you guys excited in the past, was do another Skylanders Nightmare Mode run, but one of them, like, the thing is, the other games I have are not exactly, like, simple for me, because one, I don't have enough Skylanders to really, like, make the cut on one of the sections in the game, and the other's, like, very old, I have, like, no Skylanders at all. Yeah, I have to find a way to level up a vehicle fast if I want to do a Nightmare Mode run of Superchargers, because the only max level vehicle I have is the, like, Hot Streak, I believe, being Spitfire's vehicle. And maybe, like, the flying and water vehicles that I have as well, like the Submarine of Icops, I think they're called, and the Stealth Elf Golden Helicopter. Those are the only other two vehicles that could possibly be max level. Literally the bare minimum to get 100%. I mean, some of them can kind of replace others. Like, you can get through certain sections and skip a land vehicle part because of them. But that's only, like, I think 2 levels where you can skip a portion because of it. Or it gives you an advantage against certain parts of the game. Like, I know in the Titan level, using those vehicles can actually get you access to skipping a boss fight, I think. Chat disconnected again. That's odd. It's the second time I've seen that message pop up. Okay, so I can't see any messages if anyone says anything. Oh, okay, now I can. Yeah, it's odd. That's the second time that's happened now. I wonder if YouTube's having issues. So how's everyone doing in the chat right now? Okay, something is up with the chat. Yeah, I don't know if that's YouTube's part or mine. Like, I still have a stable connection, so I don't think it's my end. So it might just be YouTube. Yeah, very odd with what's going on with the chat. I don't know why it's acting up. The final 5 encounters for today. Probably gonna end on 600 because the stream is getting a bit quiet. I'm also getting a little upset on that fact. Compared to last time, this was really bad. Last time we had a ton of new viewers show up. We got the sub count to jump up a ton on Zapdos. Got up to like 200 views. You know, this one barely even hit 30. Actually, didn't even. It's at 26. Yeah, this stream went to like dead silent out of nowhere, and I don't know why. Alright, final encounter for today, guys. You know, I don't know if anyone's even there. Okay, number 600. Not a shiny. Man, still no shiny Zapdos. Alright. Okay, guys, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys next